History is truly written by the winners, or at least by those who think they are the winners. The first empire, known as Ghana, rose around the 6th century CE. It was not located in today's Ghana, but further north, in modern Mauritania and Mali. Historians call it the Empire of Wagadu. It gained its strength through trans-Saharan trade. Caravans carried salt, gold, and slaves across the desert. The rulers of Ghana became wealthy, controlling trade routes and levying taxes. But there was another side to this story. The empire was not built on the worship of the God of the Bible, but on pagan traditions. The people venerated deities, spirits, and in particular trickster gods, such as Anansi the spider. Their power was worldly, their faith rooted in idols. By the 13th century, Ghana had collapsed. Historians point to drought, invasions, and shifting trade routes as reasons. But from a spiritual view, it is another example of how kingdoms not rooted in truth eventually fall. Further south, a new people began to rise, the Akan. From the 13th to the 17th centuries, Akan states thrived in present-day Ghana and Ivory Coast. They became known for their wealth in gold, their artistic traditions, and their deep sense of identity. Many researchers see the Akan as a culture of resilience and brilliance. Their kingdoms were sophisticated, their trade networks global, and their communities strong. And here is where the little season theory enters. If the ancient Ghana Empire was pagan and fell, the Akan may represent a time of greater truth, perhaps even tied to the millennial kingdom of Christ. For a season, the saints may have reigned in this land, bringing light and order. The Akan's culture, their honor, and their achievements could be a shadow of that golden age. But unity was fragile. In the 17th century, the Ashanti Confederacy rose in power. Through conquest, they absorbed many Akan states. Their symbol became the Golden Stool, said to hold the very soul of the Ashanti people. This empire was fierce and formidable. It resisted European colonization longer than many others. But like the empires before, the Ashanti too declined under the pressures of colonialism. In 1957, the British colony of the Gold Coast gained independence. Kwame Nkrumah, the nation's leader, made a bold choice. He named the new country Ghana. But remember, ancient Ghana was not in this land. The Akan and Ashanti were the true historical nations here. So why not call it Akan? Why not Ashanti? The name Ghana means warrior king. And some wonder, was this a simple nod to Africa's first great empire? Or was it something more symbolic, a hidden reference to an ancient archetype? In the Bible, Nimrod is called the mighty hunter, the warrior king who founded Babel. Could the name Ghana, warrior king, have been a quiet nod back to Nimrod, to the spirit of rebellion that has risen again in this little season? History tells us Ghana fell, Akan rose, Ashanti conquered, and modern Ghana revived the ancient name. But prophecy tells us something deeper, that Satan, Satan, was bound for 1,000 years and then released for a little season. During that season, deception spreads. Old names are revived, old powers return, and the nations are gathered once more for the final conflict. So we are left with a question. Why Ghana, not Akan? Why revive the name of a fallen pagan empire instead of honoring the true greatness of the Akan? Was it only politics? Or was it a hidden echo of prophecy, a sign that the little season is here and that the warrior king of old still casts his shadow?